Formaji YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vauer engage ho jn our video ko ntk dekina boy named Mowgli was in the dense jungle. Sunlight filtered through the small leaves, casting strange patterns on the forest floor. Birds cried in the distance. The wind rustled through the trees, making the leaves tremble. Mowgli felt the damp chill of the air. He followed the sound of a waterfall. Water splashed on the leaves, spreading a moist, earthy scent. Every step made the dry leaves crackle. His heart beat faster and faster. Suddenly, he heard heavy breathing, coming from behind a large tree. The sound was unlike any animal he knew. Mowgli froze in place, every sense alert for what was about to happen. The smell of soil and dampness grew stronger. The leaves around him began to shiver. The breathing slowly drew closer. Mowgli felt as if invisible eyes were watching him. He stepped back slowly, his feet sinking into the wet mud. Then the eyes of the creature appeared. They glowed yellow in the dim light, and sharp teeth glinted in the shadows. A cold shiver ran down Mowgli's spine. Mowgli's breath caught in his throat. The yellow eyes stared unblinking, cutting through the shadows like sharp knives. Every instinct screamed at him to run, but his legs felt rooted to the damp earth. The jungle around him seemed to close in, the trees bending inward as if to watch him. The sound of the waterfall faded, replaced by the heavy, deliberate breathing of the unseen predator. A low growl rumbled through the air. It was not the growl of a normal animal, it vibrated through the ground and shook Mowgli's bones. He could feel the forest vibrating with its presence. Mowgli's skin prickled as the wind shifted, carrying a metallic tang that made him gag. He realized it was the scent of blood, sharp and coppery, mixing with the damp, earthy smell of the jungle. The creature stepped into the dim light. Its body was massive, muscles rippling beneath thick fur matted with mud. Its claws dug into the soil, leaving deep grooves in the soft earth. Its jaw opened slightly, revealing rows of teeth that glimmered with wet menace. A low, guttural growl escaped its throat, vibrating like distant thunder. Mowgli tried to control his shaking hands. He forced himself to take one careful step backward. His foot slipped on the wet mud, sending him crashing against a tree trunk. The bark scratched his back, tearing his shirt and stinging his skin. He swallowed hard, forcing his fear down into his stomach, though his heart pounded like a drum. The creature tilted its head, its eyes following every move. The sunlight glinting off its eyes made them seem almost alive, flickering like fire. Mowgli realized it was studying him, analyzing him, waiting for the perfect moment. He could hear every snapping twig, every rustle of leaves under the creature's heavy paws. The forest seemed to hold its breath, silent except for the wet squelch of the creature's movements. Mowgli scanned the surroundings desperately, looking for a way out. The thick vines tangled together like walls of green, making escape impossible. The trees were so close that he could barely move without brushing against the rough bark. Every branch looked like a potential threat, every shadow a hiding place for more predators. The creature lowered itself closer to the ground. Its eyes never left Mowgli, glowing with a predatory intelligence. Mowgli's legs trembled. He could feel his mind struggling to think clearly, trapped between the instinct to flee and the fear that he could not escape. The creature's nostrils flared, taking in his scent, and the metallic tang of fear mingled with the blood in the air. Suddenly, the creature lunged. Mowgli stumbled backward, barely avoiding the swipe of its enormous paw. The force of the strike shook the tree behind him, sending a cascade of leaves raining down. His heart slammed in his chest as he scrambled over roots and vines, trying to find footing in the slippery jungle floor. Every second stretched unbearably, the predator closing the distance with terrifying speed. Mowgli ducked behind a massive tree trunk. He pressed himself against the rough bark, hoping to become invisible. The creature circled, sniffing the ground, its growls low and warning. The sound vibrated through Mowgli's chest, making him gag and shiver simultaneously. Branches snapped under its weight, leaves brushing against his face, and he realized the predator was only a few feet away. The jungle seemed to twist around him. Shadows danced and elongated in the dim sunlight filtering through the canopy. Mowgli's ears strained to catch every sound, the drip of water from leaves, the rustle of small animals, the soft cracking of twigs beneath the predator's paws. His eyes darted, searching for a weak point, a path, any chance to escape. A sudden screech pierced the jungle. Mowgli froze, his heart thudding violently. The creature stiffened, its head snapping toward the sound. For a brief moment, its attention shifted, and Mowgli saw a narrow path between two trees. It was barely wide enough for him to slip through, but it was his only chance. He took a deep breath, forcing his lungs to fill with air he felt he did not deserve. His legs moved without sound, sliding over roots and mud. Every muscle screamed in protest, every fiber of his body alert for the slightest movement of the predator. The path seemed endless, twisting through thick foliage, the shadows growing darker with every step. Behind him, a branch snapped. Mowgli's stomach dropped as he realized the creature had noticed him. Its growl rose into a roar, loud and chilling, echoing through the jungle like rolling thunder. Mowgli's legs pumped faster, adrenaline surging, but the jungle was closing in, narrowing the path like a trap. Vines reached out, scratching his arms and face, tearing at his clothes. He could feel the creature's presence growing closer, the roar vibrating the ground beneath him. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth, sweat, and fear.